Hello, children in bathtubs everywhere. So we're back talking about density and buoyancy again. So last video of the week, it's kind of a challenge. I'm going to add a few new words about describing buoyancy, and we'll talk a little bit about that. So the challenge is get a bottle, like a used water bottle, anything like that that you can open and it will float. And you can also put something inside of it. We're just going to use water to put inside of it. And what we're going to learn today is that when something is at the top of the water or floating, that's called being positively buoyant. So it has a positive buoyancy. What happens? Well, yeah, see, let's see. If I open this up and I fill it with water, I bet you guys already know what's going to happen, don't you? Almost full. I know it's hard to see probably, but that bottle sunk all the way to the bottom because it's full of water. So now we would say that that has a negative buoyancy. Now my challenge for you is, what happens if something's not negatively buoyant and not positively buoyant? And it just kind of sits in the middle of the water? Well, that's called being neutrally buoyant. And actually, cool thing about that, submarines use that to be able to stay in the water at the same water level without going to the top and without going to the bottom. They actually fill these compartments that are called ballasts. And they fill the ballasts and they're able to stay in that same level of water. So I want you to take your bottle, dump the water out once you've figured out that if it's full of water, it's going to sink. I want you to try an experiment. Like maybe take a little bit of water. Maybe it's half the bottle. Maybe it's just a quarter of the bottle. Put that lid back on and see if you can make that bottle just like a submarine and be neutrally buoyant. See, right now I don't have enough water in it, so it still has a positive buoyancy to it. So that means I need to add more water. So your challenge for today is trying to make something that doesn't float, doesn't sink all the way to the bottom, but kind of stays in the middle of the water. And do that by adding density, either from water, or you could add Legos into the middle of it, whatever you'd like to add that extra density to that bottle. See if you can figure out how to make a homemade submarine. Have fun. It was a great week.